Welcome all. Let us start our today's introductory discussion on modeling technique. This modeling technique is one of the foundation as well as the backbone of any analytical platform, irrespective of any technology, any platform, programming languages, as well as machine languages or any other statistical model, because this particular paper modeling technique will give a brief overview to the perspectives managers how they are going to be deal with huge data set in order for making robust data driven decision, which is the scenarios of the modern pages. Just see this particular title diagram. The data at the right hand side you see maybe come from the different platform, and through the different type of computing platform like the cloud computing or any other AWS architecture, we need to model this data in such a manner so that the end user will be getting the data in a visualized form in order for better decision making, as well as for better computational as well as optimum decision making purpose. So the modeling technique is one of the fundamentally paper of any business analytics or data science platform, which will give a brief idea how the different model will be formed for the betterment of data-driven decision. So with this note, let us start our quick discussion of this introductory lecture. You see, let us start with a case. Why modeling technique? You see, this particular a peculiar picture of the earlier days parking lot where there will be a lot of hazard used to be happen, like the cars are not going to be parked in a proper sequence, so that when you are going to be taking away your car, it will be quite a difficult consuming portion, as well as there will be so many other parameter like as the revenue model is not also going to be given in a proper shape. So these are the main problems of the earlier days parking lot system. And let us discuss how this modeling technique using different machine language can be introduced in order to make it a better shape. Like you see at the lower bottom end side, nowadays, the earlier days, this parking lot system can be optimized to some extent in a different manner, where there will be automated scenarios in order for in or out of your car in a particular location, and there will be some signaling theory so that it will be always given idea to the car owner or the driver that where they will be parked and how to take away the car from that particular parking lot, because in a particular very limited space a huge number of cars can be parked using an automated system, which I believe is basically an example of supervised learning. You know, the machine learning are basically two types. One is called supervised learning and another is called unsupervised learning. In case of supervised learning, there will be a automated or there will be a training set like this one. There will be a training set that which particular car is going to be parked in which particular lot. So there will be a binary format to notify all these things. So it's basically a kind of supervised modeling technique which will be given a brief introduction how the cars are going to be parked in a particular space. Move on to the next topic. You see, the same case of parking lot problem nowadays can be better forecast using different type of sensor technology. You see, there are some red boxes. Please see the downward picture. The moment one car will be taken away, that particular portion are going to be identified. It will be identified by a green zone. So dynamically at runtime using different type of sensor technology and without using any kind of human intervention, nowadays this parking lot problem can be optimized in a greater manner using artificial intelligence, which are basically the unsupervised learning or unsupervised modeling technique. So overall, through these three diagrams, you might be clear that this modeling technique is nothing but how to model your data or your process. Like this particular car parking lot problem is basically a process modeling technique problems. Now, when we are dealing with a huge set of big data or data mining data for managerial decision making purposes, at that time, you should know that how to drive your model so that there will be an optimal level of decision making can be done. So this is all about in this particular chapter. So move on to the next slide. Let us see another example. This is particular diagram that I have taken from internet, which shows that from 2010 to 2025, there will be a huge exponential growth of our data. Now, when we are talking about our data, these data are mostly in two format. One is the structural data, which may be in the form of tables, in the form of databases or file. And the second format of data is called unstructured data, which are basically our social media data, the different type of VoIP, that is voice over internet protocol data, means our audio, video, this type of conference, online meeting data, they will becomes under this category. And the last but not the least are called the censored data. You see the censored data nowadays is on a huge exponential growth. And if you just carefully observe this particular chart, you will be able to understand that with time from 2010 to up to 2020, there will be a huge exponential growth of data. All this data, let me tell you, are not suitable for managerial business decision making purpose, because most of the data are simply garbages. But still, we are exponentially using, storing, forwarding, re-forwarding this set of data, which is nothing but a contribution towards data lake problems. See, the volume of data is now going into the exabyte. And over last 2 years, most of the data are exponentially grow. If in this manner the data are going to be increased, it will be not going to be possible by any technology to deal with this sort of data, because when we are talking about the analytics or analysis, we would like to get some kind of business intelligence from our historical as well as the present data in order for better business decision forecast for future. So with this note, we need some kind of models so that these data can be optimized and only the relevant portion of data will be taken into account for managerial decision making purpose. This is again a simple slide consisting of the differences between the structural and unstructural data. Structural data that I already said are basically in the form of databases, data warehouse, or the simple file structure of the earlier days, where the data already going to be stored in a particular format, so that retrieving of this data from those locations will be less time consuming and less hazard. Whereas the unstructured data are the recent exponential growth in terms of audio, video, in terms of the different type of images, emails, different type of audio, video calls, which contribute nowadays 80% of our social media as well as the data. But most of these data are also needed to be taken into account while making decision for a business purpose. For example, right now, there will be a very uniquely designed terms called customer analytics, where the customer sentiments needed to be analyzed from their social media portals in order to having a knowledge that what type of product they might be taken into account while considering their business decision or purchase decision. So this is a main differences between structural and unstructural, which basically emphasize that only 20% of the structural data are important for enterprise decision making. But now with the digital growth, 80% of unstructured data are contributed, which exponentially on increase. So it is very difficult for the analytics team to analyze this data and give the data in a particular shape so that it will be quite easier for a non-technical person or the manager to make a quick, robust, and correct decision based. So this is all about this. So let us now come to the main part of our today's introductory discussion on modeling technique. See, the more or less your syllabus consisting of these two modules. In the first module, there are introduction to data modeling, data pre-processing in chapter 2, chapter 3 is non-parametric test, and chapter 4 is measurement of central tendency. Many of these topics you have already learned from your quantitative technique classes of MBA semester 1. See, most of these topics are basically from the IT as well as the statistical background, because this modeling technique is nothing but a right mix of statistical and mathematical concept with IT support as well as the managerial machine learning purposes. So the main concept behind this particular module 1 is how we are actually going to be define our models to take in our data into account, how we will process this model and making them a mathematical or statistical modeling shape so that huge amount of data can be automatically entered into this model, and effectively we will getting our report in the form of business intelligence, which will be vital for managerial perspectives. Move on to the model 2. You see, in model 2, there are 3 chapters. Most of these chapters are actually focusing on the application of this modeling technique to the business, especially on marketing. If you see the marketing research paper of any standard university, you will be see there will be a common topic like this mining algorithm. You see you will be see the linear modeling. You will be see there will be some concept of market basket analysis, which is common in marketing paper as well as business analytics paper. Because in model 2, we will try to focus on predictive learning, which is very easy. Whatever the thing you have learned in your QT classes, all these things by a mouse click, you can drive from your huge set of data. For example, if you have a 50 lakhs customer data of last 1-2 years of your sales department, and you would like to find out which particular product the customers are likely to be purchased together. Means you would like to make a connections between the different products that the customer used to purchase together. So this type of predictive modeling with the help of linear, nonlinear, and multilinear regression equation can be easily connected using some kind of analytical platform like R and Weka. You see, the R and Weka are there as an implementation tool in modeling technique. In this connection, let me clear you that we are not considering that the student must be having a minimum level of programming language knowledge, because in this Weka, there will be not even you need to write a single word of programming. I repeat, you need not to write a single word of programming. Everything will be drag and drop. You just take your huge set of data and you just apply your business modeling logic, and you will be getting the data accordingly using this type of sophisticated analytical R and Weka platform. It's very easy as well as very significant while dealing with huge set of data-driven decisions. The next topic of modeling technique, mining, as well as the business application are basically deals with the different scenarios like the marketing analytics, customer analytics, the product analytics, so that you will be given a concise idea how this modeling can be done into the different parameters of the business. Move on to the next topic. You see, what are the main takeaway point from this subject? At the end of this subject, you will be able to understand that why modeling technique and what are their impact on data analytics. That's why you see in your third semester of BA syllabus, the data analytics as well as the modeling technique, these two paper is there. Next is you will be able to understand how the manager are actually doing the different type of multidisciplinary data analytical tasks with the business decision making. In third takeaway point, you will be getting exposure of the analytical platform of R, which will be a very sophisticated analytical platform using drag and drop facility. You can able to analyze a very huge big data with a single mouse click. The fourth takeaway point is basically how you are going to be clean your data for making different type of analytical decisions, because when the data are going to be inputted from the various resources using different type of platform on this online uh, world, it may have a different look. So we need to have some kind of pre-processing and data cleaning technology like missing data removal, some kind of average value, some kind of null value treatment, so that you will be getting an idea of how the data will be pre-processed before analytics. And the last but not the least is the data mining, which is the most important topic of this entire discussion, which is the beginning of your fourth semester and the later world scenarios, that the data mining. The main one-line definition of data mining is it basically a technique to analyze and finding the insight from a data. So these four are the main takeaway portion from this subject. And at the end of this subject, you will be able to understand how smoothly flow into this data world in order to make your business decisions. That's all about our today's introductory video lecture. See you live in order to discuss each of these in detail before starting our subject, so that it will be easier for you to understand why and what to learn and what will be the impact of your later decisions. Thank you very much.